We've got Monday Night Baseball here at the corner of 3rd and King. It's the Reds in town. Both teams going for a wild card spot. It's the Giants and Reds, game 1 of the series. Game time weather is brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. You can buy your ride wristbands online and save up to $20 per person. It's 66 and a bit breezy here at the ballpark as Kyle Harrison leads the Giants out of the dugout.
Well, let's take a look at the wind and what it's looking like it's going to do tonight. As always, we're getting a trickling of breeze which swirls on the infield, and then look at the push out towards center field. Not getting quite the push to right we've seen the last several days, but all in all, get a ball up in the upper part of this stadium, you're going to get a little help. Line drives, not a whole lot.
All right, here's the Reds lineup. It'll be Marte, Senzel, and then the really flashy shortstop, Elly De La Cruz. He'll hit third, followed by Steer, Encarnacion, Strand, followed by Friedel, Fairchild, Maile, and Hopkins. Some of these names you don't recognize, but they're all good young players.
Well, speaking of good young players, we're going to look at Kyle Harrison taking the mound for the Giants tonight, making his second big league start. The kid out at De La Salle High School was a third-round pick by the Giants in 2020. See what he did in Philadelphia. In his first 5 outs recorded the big league for strikeout, all right-handed hitters. 6'2", 200-pounder. Take a look at the pitches that Kyle Harrison threw as we look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Threw a 4-seam fastball, 47 pitches of the 65 total on the night, 15 slurvy breaking balls. He had 2 changeups, what really opened our eyes. We didn't know he had one, and it's a good one. I look forward to seeing more of that pitch. But he likes that fastball. At night now, he has a lot of friends and family in the ballpark tonight. There you see friends, family, all gathered in one of the suites. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Kyle Harrison tonight. Starting in the Giants outfield from left to right, it is brought to you by Land Rover Defender. It'll be Ramos, Slater, and Matos, the best arm in left field. DeYoung and Schmidt on the left side of the infield. Estrada and Davis on the right side. Patrick Bailey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
First pitch of the ball game is fouled out of play. So we get started at 6:45. Is Marte hitting 240. Swing. You're going to miss on a breaking ball, and it's 0-2. So when we say Marte is only hitting 240, he's 6 for 25.
Well, the first breaking ball that Harrison threw is better than any of the breaking balls he threw in Philadelphia. And that is a good thing.
Up high, 2-2.
Harrison 6'2", 200-pound, broad shoulders, and a very strong base, solid legs. 22 years of age.
By the way, the home plate umpire is Roberto Ortiz. See the rotation. Drake Miller-Whitson as Marte takes his timeout.
Ortiz, I mean, you'll see some belt high strikes. I mean, he gives the high pitch. He's actually a pretty good umpire. He looks for strikes. He'll get width on both sides of the plate.
Swing and a miss, and that's how this game gets started.
All right, let's take a look at the Nissan keys to the game. Battle of young lefties, because you look at Kyle Harrison and Andrew Abbott, the lefty tonight for the Reds. I mean, he's been there, Kyle Harrison. And win the tiebreaker. Giants split the 4-game series in Cincinnati, and the winner of this series gets the postseason tiebreaker. That's very important.
First pitch to Nick Senzel is inside. Senzel hitting 220 with 10 home runs and 38 runs batted in. Next fastball is high to make it 2-0. There's the rookie sensation, De La Cruz. There's a strike. Harrison took a little off. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Tapped off of Zinzel's foot, so it's 2-2. The Reds are coming out of a 4-game series in Arizona where they lost 3 of 4, including the game yesterday. There's David Bell, an old friend. 2-2 pitch. 3-2. So back-to-back hitters, a full count.
Yeah, you can imagine that he's got about as much adrenaline in this game as he did in the game in Philadelphia. Only because he's home, a Bay Area kid.
Got him.
Really can't argue that one, Mr. Senzel. I mean, that's right there in the strike zone at the knees, outside corner. Right there. Grab some pie and meat.
So here's Elly De La Cruz. He's got it all. Size, speed. He's got a great arm.
Great arm. 6'5".
And a strike.
Much better slider than he had in Philadelphia. I mean, the test will be when he throws it to a left-handed hitter. He's only going to have one chance in this lineup, but it's quicker, it's sharper than what we saw in Philly.
0-2. As he strikes out to side. Woo! That's a good start. Giants are coming up. And here's their lineup. It'll go like this. It'll be Slater, Estrada, and Flores. J.D. Davis. Well, J.D. Davis is going to be your cleanup hitter. Then it's Bailey DeYoung and Ramos. And Casey Schmidt and Luis Matos will round out the lineup.
On the hill tonight for the Reds will be a rookie left-hander, 24-year-old Andrew Abbott. Take a look at what he has done in 15 starts, 8-3 with a 3.16 ERA. Really got off to a great start. He's had a bit of a problem here the last 3 or 4 starts, and his ERA has ballooned up. But pretty much, the Reds are thrilled with the progress that this young lefty has had, and they consider him an ace in the future.
So here's Slater. Slater went 0 for 3 against Abbott in Cincinnati. With Estrada to follow, and Slater takes in tight. It's 2-0. 255 on the year for Austin Slater. 5 home runs, 19 driven in. And he wraps one into the hole for a base hit. So the Giants already have equaled their hit amount against Abbott compared to his last start against the Giants.
I would already say we check out the StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. For Andrew Abbott, a lot of fastballs, a lot of breaking balls. He's got a curveball and he's got a slider and a changeup. And he can ride the slider hard. I mean, that's his primary breaking ball this last month and a half.
Here's Estrada. And Estrada looks at a strike. Estrada did not have an at-bat against Abbott in Cincinnati. It's a backdoor breaking ball that misses.
A lot of similarities with the Reds rookie Abbott, who's 24. Kyle Harrison, the Giants rookie, 22. That's very similar in stature. They hide the ball, very deceptive delivery. Don't show you the ball early.
In the dirt. Nice play by Bailey.
Abbott in the minor leagues averaged 13.1 strikeouts per 9 innings. Kyle Harrison in the minor leagues averaged 14.5 strikeouts per 9 innings. Those are big numbers.
Estrada goes around on a good breaking ball, 2-2.
Andrew Abbott signed out of the University of Virginia. He went to college. Kyle Harrison signed out of high school at De La Salle. Harrison had a full ride to UCLA, but the Giants, with their high pick, persuaded him to go into professional baseball, and here he is in the big leagues.
So 3-2. We'll keep an eye on Slater. He does not go. And it's to the backstop. Geez, Melee's having a tough time.
Let's check the Reds defense out. It's brought to you by your Bay Area GMC dealer. Starting in the outfield from left to right will be Senzel, Friedel, and Fairchild. De La Cruz and Marte on the left side of the infield. Steer and Encarnacio Strand on the right side. And Melee will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Wilmer Flores. Wilmer takes a strike. At 296 with 19 home runs, 48 runs batted in. And a pop-up. This one's going to be out of play. Hits a high drive into right center field, and it's going to be dropped out there by Friedel and Fairchild, and one run is going to score, and the Giants take the lead. Maybe a ball that should have been caught. It hung up there a long time.
Well, they were playing the normal set that you see a right fielder play, taking away the right center field gap, but I don't think he ever really felt comfortable seeing the ball. Because if you look at the runners, I think they anticipated that ball was going to get caught too.
So it ends up being a double for Flores. And J.D. Davis will hit with the infield in. Estrada at third, Flores at second, and there's a strike at the knees. A single, walk, double. Chopper to third, and it's going to roll foul. Marte making sure that it stays foul. It's 1-2. Field in. Got him.
Got the strikeout in a strikeout situation with the fastball. Set it up with a lot of soft stuff. Reach back, and I mean, this location-wise, I mean, this is what you're looking for if you're Davis. He's going to think about this one for a while. You want something belt high or above to get it up in the air deep enough to score a run, sac fly-wise.
Daly takes a strike, a high strike. 256, 6 home runs, 42 runs batted in, infield in again. He went 0 for 3 against Bailey in Cincinnati.
Strikeout is really a big weapon for both pitchers. I mean, Abbott is averaging over 9 strikeouts per 9 innings now.
And a pop-up to the first row of the club level.
And that 9 strikeouts per 9 innings is at the big league level. As we mentioned earlier, 13 strikeouts per 9 in the minor league level. But this situation calls for a strikeout, and that's what he's pitching for.
In the dirt. 2-2.
Nice block.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And this one gets away. And it's always a tough one to read. Where that ball rolls, it's in direct line with the baseline, and you can't see the depth of the ball that gets away.
Right now, Luke Bailey's not having any fun. I mean, that ball looked like it would be an easy one to block. I mean, it was right there off his left knee.
If it doesn't hit the umpire, it goes to the backstop.
Indeed. I think Bailey is very comfortable right now.
And the walk. He probably didn't care if he walked Bailey. Here's DeYoung. DeYoung 0 for 3 lifetime. And
Derek Johnson coming out to kind of calm down his young left-hander.
All right, take the Giants on the go this season and stream the games on the NBC Sports app. And it's all brought to you by your NorCal Honda dealer. So the Giants, who have not been great in this situation with the bases loaded, but here they are with the new kid on the block, Paul DeYoung, at the plate. And a strike. It's the outside corner.
Best arm in the Reds outfield is in left field. Nick Senzel. He's got a good one.
Infield now moves back. And it's a quick 0-2.
Next pitch will be number 25 for Abbott.
Off his fist, but DeYoung stays alive.
That's a great 0-2 pitch. He bore right in on his knuckles with that one.
Good take. 1-2.
Paralysis fastball attempt, a little wide. But that definitely sets up a fastball in, a back foot slider in, another fastball away.
Got him. Well, leave it up to the rook. Ramos hitting .217 with a home run and 2 RBIs. And he takes just wide. 1 ball and no strikes.
count, fastball at the knees away. It tells you if he's looking fastball, he wasn't looking away. He's looking in.
One and two. Ramos trying to put the ball in play.
So one attempt down below the strike zone with a breaking ball. I mean, he, like a lot of strikeout guys, I mean, they thrive on both ends of the strike zone. They'll go down below the strike zone with a breaking ball. They'll go up above the letters with a fastball.
Both pitchers strike out the side. Giants lead 1-0.
Head to orderpacifico.com and get beer delivered to your door now. Pacifico Beer. Please drink responsibly.
Well, the Giants do have a run. It's 1-0 as Kyle Harrison throws to Spencer Steer. And Steer's not agreeing with that pitch. It's 0-1. And a good fastball, 0-2.
And Steer takes a quick timeout. It's rough being an umpire. I mean, they call us in a corner strike. I mean, every time a hitter lets them know it.
Foul back. We've got either Bailey or the umpire. I think we've got Bailey.
They've got Bailey flushing the mug. I think it popped out his earplug.
Very high. Modern technology. We did that in the 70s. It's called cheating.
Hey, Kipe's here.
Hold on the ground. Foul. What do we got, Mike? My bad.
I got nothing.
What was that, for third base side?
Yeah.
DiGiorgio. Foul back. Scott DiGiorgio. Neil Cohen at first.
I know we've had Neil Cohen.
Two and two, right? There's no swing appeal. Got him. And Steer knew it.
That one you can't show any displeasure on with the umpire. And there's Kyle Harris's mom and dad digging it, just going right through him with a fastball. One thing about Kyle Harrison is he's got a little deception and you don't see it early. And that's a short arm, three-quarter delivery, and you don't see it till late, and then boom, it's on you.
Now here's Encarnacion Strand, who went to high school only about 4 miles from De La Salle. He went to College Park High School in Pleasant Hill. And a quick 0-2. And a quick 0-3.
Well, how do you win fringe quickly at Oracle Park? Well, you strike out the first 5 guys that you ever see in your first debut start at this ballpark.
This is getting boring.
Wow. That's a big wow factor.
Here's Friedel. Hey, it's the first lefty he's going to face. And Friedel bluffs the bunt, and he takes the strike. And is that no, that was a fastball.
Fastball right through the knees. It were the lefties in the Phillies lineup that gave Harrison the problems. And that's a good breaking ball. And he didn't have that one in Philly. What he had in Philly, he was a little geeked up with adrenaline. He kind of threw too hard. It kind of went through the break. It was kind of soft that night. It's not soft tonight. Harrison was walking off the mound. He thought he had him, and he could have. That was close. Paralysis fastball, and he missed by inches.
Little jam shot, and that'll end the inning. Giants are coming up. Schmidt, Matos, Slater.
Get free next day delivery on hundreds of in-stock appliances. Visit airportappliance.com.
Here's Casey Schmidt, 1-0 in favor of the Giants. Schmidt, Matos, and then Slater. And Schmidt takes a strike. He had a big home run in the game yesterday at Oracle Park against the Braves.
Yeah, that was a big fly. Way up the bleachers.
Mailer's just about to have
it. It's the second inning. You gotta hang in there. It's been a rough first couple.
One and one to Schmidt. Matos to follow. 3-1.
He's dragging through the guard. He's showing him what he's got. A couple breaking balls, a fastball, that last pitch, a changeup. So Casey Schmidt, premature bat toss. Now you got to go up to the umpire and do damage control.
Well, let's just see. Pretty close.
Yeah, scratch the strike zone.
On the ground to short for De La Cruz.
Well, college students, bring your San Francisco Giants to school with you with MLB.tv. Receive a free subscription to MLB TV when you attend a game. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Matos hitting .254. Matos is the only Giant that had a hit off of Andrew Abbott in Cincinnati. And it was a double. Here it's 2-0.
It's 40 pitches for Abbott. That's a lot. Reds play a pretty straightaway defense.
Two and two.
Good, fight him off. I guess with 2 strikes, you just can't afford to take anything if you're Luis Matos. But it is funny. You take 2 balls right down the middle, then you swing one a foot off the plate away.
2-2 pitch. It's a good take.
Take a look at start 4-0, 1.21 ERA, then the ERA up to 3.31 now this August, 5.75. It's been hard on him.
Out of play.
But he is a rook. And one of the things that happens to young pitchers when they get this deep in the season is fatigue. They just don't come back as quickly. You have to build up arm strength, and this is when it really shows.
Lifted to center field. It's in the park to Friedl. 2 outs. And here's Slater. All right, got a little conflict here.
They're right at an impasse.
Slater opened up the bottom of the first with a base hit, and then he eventually scored on the Wilmer Flores double. Off the end of the bat, and it's going to roll foul.
Meanwhile, in Chicago, the Milwaukee Brewers continue to stay red hot. They had 5 in a row, plus a weekend sweep of the Padres. That's good news for the Giants.
One and two. Two balls, 2 strikes. So yeah, the pitches are starting to add up.
Now that was 50. I mean, ideally, you want to be 30 or less at the end of the second inning, so you get an idea of how far over the normal pitch count would be. A lot of 3-2 counts.
No, he pitched out of a mess in the first. And he gets Slater to end the inning. 1-0 Giants.
Cresco, with 19 Northern California locations to serve your tool and equipment needs.
So here's Kyle Harrison facing Stuart Fairchild. And a high fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Fairchild, a former Giant, just for a short period of time. Fairchild just activated. He bounces this one foul.
Casey Schmidt having a little fun. Why not? If you watch Casey Schmidt around the ballpark, taking batting practice, taking his ground balls, he has fun.
Yes, he does.
He loves the yard.
3-1.
Corner call on the fastball. And Harrison's had a lot of 3-2 counts tonight. He's won them all. Here he gets a break. Pitcher's friend right there.
Got him.
He had to cover it. And that's a rough at bat. Well, imagine you, your crew, right here at Giants game, enjoying your favorite ballpark eats and drinks and having a ball. There's nothing like it. Groups of 15 or more receive special ticket pricing. Go to sfgiants.com/groups. Check it out.
Strike call to Luke Maile. How about a ride?
Meanwhile, out of the bay.
Water's fairly calm. Nearly hitting .234 with 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. Up the middle, and there's the first hit against Kyle Harrison. A 1-out single, bringing up the designated hitter, T.J. Hopkins.
Rare that you see the DH in the 9th spot. Or a DH in August with no home runs.
Hopkins is 7 for 38. We had the DH in the 9th spot in the 0-2 World Series.
Shinjo.
Sean Dunston did it too. Foul back, 0-2. And I think Dunston had a home run in that World Series.
Well, yeah, but I mean, home runs weren't that rare for him. He had some pop. Shinjo didn't have a lot of pop.
Precisely that throw. Precisely why Shinjo was hitting 9th.
That's true. Had a lot of style, a lot of flair. Fun to watch. All right, let's take a look at the pickoff attempt. Yeah, it gets back with room to spare.
1-2. Foul back.
Three pitches now with 1 out here in the 3rd. You want to be 45 or less at the end of the 3rd.
Got him.
Changeup, and that's a pitch that he only threw 2 of them in Philadelphia, but it really opened up our eyes because his reputation's with the fastball. And we, quite honestly, in all the little footage we saw of him throwing in the minor leagues and when we saw him in spring training, he never threw the changeup. But here he gets a swing and miss with it. 7 strikeouts the first time through the lineup. Wow.
Here's the 3rd baseman, Noli Marte, and he lifts this one into center field. Slater got a good jump, and he'll put it away. For the Giants, Estrada, Flores, Davis coming up.
Verizon player profile, Thairo Estrada this season, 7 home runs at home. That ties him for most of the Giants with Lamont Wade Jr. and Wilmer Flores. His 3 wins above replacement leads the Giants batters, 13 outs above average, 2nd most in majors, trailing only Dansby Swanson, who has 14. Basically, he's having a good year.
Indeed he is. And he will lead things off. He drew a walk in the 1st. And he takes down low.
Oh yeah, he eats the crust, we think. Maybe.
There's a strike.
Brought their gloves. I think these guys are psyched about what they just saw over the weekend with the Little League World Series.
Oh. Foul back, 1-2. I don't know. For whatever reason, I just thought Estrada got hit.
A lot of balls in the dirt. And said it once. It bears repeating. Luke Bailey's catcher for the Reds. He's getting beat up back there.
This is just below us.
Yeah, should have brought your glove. Your hand would not be hurting. the big fist. He's learned to use it. He's got that thing down.
He's got a different big fist going right now. Sharply on the ground off to the glove of Steer. And Estrada's aboard with a base hit. And that'll bring up Wilmer Flores. He's got it has to be a Strawberry Sunday, which he's doing something that I wouldn't be doing.
Yeah, Strawberry Sunday with a beer? I don't know about that.
He's sharing.
Yeah, you're not a share guy with your popcorn or your Strawberry Sundays.
Well, here, you're going to give it back. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Can you send it my way again?
He's also eating that Strawberry Sunday with a fork. That's a rules violation. You can't leave any whipped cream on the side of the bowl.
Well, I think you go with what you got.
Plus, you always have your finger. I see where his spoon went.
No balls and a strike. Wilmer takes a strike, 0-2.
Good breaking ball. It's one you can't give up on early. I mean, he's got a big break back to the strike zone if it starts out away to a right-hander.
Jim Lynch continues to show this guy, I'm going to leave and get one of those.
I think that's what he's doing. Our director.
1-2.
Jim Lynch will tell a story, as he has done for many, many years.
He can't do it verbally, but he can sure do it sitting in that chair.
Yes, he can.
Remember the night in Houston we put Jim in charge of a restaurant?
Yeah.
And he came up with 8 ideas?
Yeah. And he spent 4 hours on the 8 ideas. And we didn't go to any of them.
Pop-up. Steer and Fairchild. And it's going to be Steer.
Oh, that was not easy.
Wondering where Fairchild was.
Yeah, he just ran a long way in from right field to pat him on the back. Good play. Atta babe. Well, he starts the pop-up dance, and here comes Fairchild, the right fielder. So you as a second baseman, you're waiting for that guy to call you off, right?
Yeah, you think he is going to. But you can't give up on it, and look, that's what causes collision. Because you got to keep going for it. Davis struck out in the first. Here he pops this one out of play.
Just a bit outside. Fairchild's in right field going, hey, you called that a strike on me.
That's exactly right. Line drive, that'll be a base hit to left. Bringing Patrick Bailey to the plate. You know what Davis was thinking?
Yeah, why didn't I do that in the first inning when I had men on base?
That's exactly right. So Bailey, who drew a walk in the first. And he drives one to right. Fairchild back, looking up, off the archway. 1 run scores. Holding at third is Davis. It's 2-0.
Tell you what, he waited on that curveball like he knew it was coming. Throws, sets, the hand stays back, he lets it go deep. The ball was at the belt, so he had a chance to get underneath it and backspin it. And Fairchild realized this was going over his head, so he just backed off the wall to get himself in position for the count.
He did a good job.
And that prevented the score from J.D. Davis.
Infield in again. Young was in the same spot in the first inning when he struck out.
It really is. When you have to pitch for a strikeout, runner at third, less than 2 outs situation that Abbott has now, and you have it open first base, you could just corner pitch and just hope he chases all day long because the guy's in a hurry to try and get an RBI hit.
Driven to right. Fairchild back. He's going to catch. Tagging at third is Davis. And it's a sacrifice fly and a good at bat.
That absolutely is a good at bat considering he struck out in a similar situation in back in the first inning. This has got to feel a whole lot better. Never ever take sac flies for granted.
Also on the play, Bailey tagged and went to third. So here's Elliot Ramos. Ramos struck out to end the first. And he takes low. This will be pitch number 73. And that's a big number with 2 outs in the third. 2-0.
Every inning has had stress on it. A 32 pitch first inning, 20 in the second, 21 still going here in the third.
Swing. You're going to foul. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Meanwhile, in the Reds bullpen, they're all getting loose.
Foul back. It's 2-2.
Last time the Giants saw him back in July, he went 8 shutout innings, gave up 1 hit.
And he gets Ramos again to end the inning. Giants scored twice. They lead 3-0. Lazy boy, I'm going Kuiper. To my left is Mike Krukow. You know what? This is baloney. Looking really short with you. All right, now I feel a lot better. Man, that was bad.
Yeah, hydrant.
I'm one of the fighting hydrants. Oh my goodness. I mean, I get it all the time. People will say, man, you're a lot taller than we thought. Yeah, well, I'm standing next to a guy that's 6'4" for crying out loud.
Well, Smooth.
I mean, they never said I look short when I worked with Joe Morgan. No. Once you came around, that was it. I became Mr. Short Guy.
You won every jump ball with Joe Morgan.
Hit to right. And Matos glides underneath it. We're out number 1.
Youngest Giants pitcher in the last 50 seasons to have 7 strikeouts through the game's first 3 innings. He has been fantastic.
Here's De La Cruz. And he takes a strike.
And that breaking ball, again, I mean, we've made a point of this tonight. It's so much different than what we saw in Philadelphia. So Harrison did the smart thing. He went through with the pitch.
Yeah, you hurt yourself, right?
You can by stopping your motion. It just doesn't feel good when you do. I guarantee that Harrison is the conversation in the Reds dugout right now.
So that's 95. What does it look like as a hitter?
Well, it looks a whole lot faster because of this deception with his delivery.
Got him.
And the breaking ball really snapping to get his 8th strikeout. And the fan club up in the luxury suite, his friends and family.
I think, as there you see mom and dad, I think that luxury suite, some of those people up there actually think they're pitching the way they're reacting.
I think they're all more nervous than Kyle Harrison is showing.
You're right. Steer takes a strike. He struck out looking in the second.
I mean, when you go and face a big league lineup, and the Reds have a good offense, and you strike out 7 of the first 9 guys you see, you have their attention. Now you become the puzzle du jour. They're trying to figure you out. Again, look, it's advantage Harrison tonight because they never faced him.
Got him on a pitch in the dirt. 9 strikeouts.
Wow.
Through 4 innings. Years ago today, in Houston, Pablo Sandoval. Oh! He flips it accidentally to Brandon Crawford. How about that? 2 guys who dove for the ball, and finally it was Crawford who caught it.
And that was the day that Crawford said, I'm going to let my hair grow a little longer. That's one of my favorite pop-ups ever.
Here's Schmidt, who takes down low. Schmidt, a ground ball to short.
Good changeup. So that was one of my favorite pop-ups ever. Saw one of my favorite double plays ever yesterday.
Two and one.
Think about baseball. I mean, you come to the ballpark every day, you see something different, something you've never seen before.
Absolutely. When Schmidt got called up, that's pitches he was swinging at.
Every night, every at bat.
Easy, easy. Don't do it again. It was on a 3-1 pitch in his last at bat that he flipped the bat away.
Just scratch at the base of the strike zone.
Wow. This is what you're talking about?
This is what I'm talking about. One of the more unique double plays. It goes 3, 1, 4, 2. One more time. 3, 1, 4, 2. I mean, and they had to review it. It didn't even make it better.
Matos out of play on the right field line.
I mean, when I say you see things you've never seen. Well, you certainly don't practice that. That's a complete ad-lib. And to have 4 guys involved in a double play, which ends at the plate on a tag, crazy.
Back again.
Sarah Langs had to say about that double play. It was the first double play in the expansion era since 1961 that went exactly 3-1-4-2 with no other fielders involved. I'm surprised that they even had another one.
I know. Got him. Five strikeouts. And here's Austin Slater.
We do have some activity in the Reds bullpen. It's Buck Farmer, the big right-hander. A guy named Buck Farmer's got to throw hard, right?
That or he's got to plant corn, one or the other.
Yeah. Corn's about ready to harvest, isn't it?
Close. Halloween. There's David Bell. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change tune-up and repair experts. We'll be back. Against the Reds. We got a night game tomorrow, a day game on Wednesday. Then the Giants head to San Diego for 4 games and then to Chicago next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And Mike and I will get the privilege of doing all of those games with our split cast.
Yes, we will. And right now we want to take our time to say happy birthday to our boss, Maria Jacinto. Her official title is Grand Poobah of the Giants organization. So prime time, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Maria. Here's Meckler to face Buck Farmer.
Farmer, 32 years of age. He's in his 7th year at the big league level. Big fella, 6'4", 250, out of Conyers, Georgia.
Meckler takes high. Lately, he's been swinging it. Meckler has. There's the numbers for Buck Farmer.
59th appearance, 4-5 on the year with a 3.84 ERA. Fastball, low to mid 90s, slider, changeup guy.
Two and 0. Three and 0. And Buck Farmer said, this is automatic. I can throw a strike here, and he does. It's 3-1.
Meckler taken all the way.
Schmidt with his lead. And it's ball 4.
Good at bat.
Here's Thairo Estrada, who's been on base twice. Doc Peterson chalking up. And a first pitch strike. Dodgers leading the Diamondbacks in LA. Muncy hit a 3-run home run in the first. It's 3-1 in the fourth. Estrada, who's shown the ability that he can bunt a little bit, but he fouls this one back. I'd rather see him swing the bat.
Well, with one out, yeah, I agree. Plus, he's got pop. I mean, Thairo Estrada's got 10 home runs on the year.
Down low. Little tapper. Farmer's got it, and he'll throw him out by a step. And this will give Wilmer Flores a chance, and we'll see if the Reds actually give Wilmer Flores a chance.
Well, as hot as Wilmer Flores has been, and he's got 19 home runs, which leads the Giants. But again, you know, Farmer's a veteran. I wouldn't expect him to give him a whole lot to hit here with an open base at first.
Up and in. Bounces this one foul. Wilmer had a good series against the Reds in Cincinnati. That was the road trip where Giants really weren't swinging it that well, but that guy was.
We've said that a lot this year. The Giants really went quiet with the bats in July. I mean, he had a blistering month.
Check swing 1-2. Up the middle. It's going to be Steer who will make the play, and the Giants strand a pair. Fifth inning coming up.
Ticket memberships are on sale right now. They include access to tickets for 2023 postseason games. Go to sfgiants.com/membership or call 415-972-2298.
First pitch swinging. Encarnacion. Strand puts it to the wall, and he caught by Elliot Ramos. Meckler is now in the game in center field. A scare.
And a one pitch out.
And here's Friedl. Friedl, the lone lefty in this lineup, popped out to J.D. Davis to end the second. Line drive towards the gap, and Ramos is going to back off. It'll be a base hit. Second hit now for the Reds, and here's Stuart Fairchild.
TJ Friedl, pride of the University of Nevada.
You don't see many home plate umpires break out the broom.
Yeah, you really don't. Usually they just use their shoe. Kick the dirt off. It's great when Ed Montague comes around and we ask him about his brush. I mean, Eddie, he umpired well over 4,000 games. And he brought out a brush. It had been worn down.
Yeah, it was like a stubble.
But that's their good luck charm. I mean, they stay safe, they stay healthy. That little whisk broom has a lot to do with it.
Close. 2-0. Kyle Harrison pitched out of the stretch to two hitters in the third inning. So Bailey back behind the dish. 62 pitches for Harrison. Here he needs to throw a strike. Could have been. Three and one. Harrison has not walked a hitter. And the 3-1. 3-2.
Fairchild has had 3 strikes called against him tonight, and he's going to go out as soon as this game's over. He's going to go back and look at all of them. They have definitely been pitcher pitches, but here in the 3-2 count now, he's got to expand. Harrison trying to come all the way back from the 3-0 count.
And he lost them.
Just a bit low.
Here's Luke Maile, who singled in the 3rd. Friedl, Fairchild, your base runners, and that pitch is wide. It's 1-0. Hit well to center field. Meckler back, squares up, makes the catch. Tagging is Friedl. 2 outs. Maile hit that ball pretty good.
Well, center field here at Oracle Park could be a bit scary because the wind really does give you push out to the center field part of this ballpark. Remember, they brought the fences in 10 feet. It's 391 to straightaway center now to clear the wall.
T.J. Hopkins struck out in the 3rd. Here he fouls it back in a really healthy swing. No balls and a strike.
Just a bit outside.
Good pitch. 1-2.
Again, that changeup's been a dandy. Nobody's been able to do anything with it. There you see the Harrison fan club getting up. Friends, family.
Got him. That's strikeout number 10. And the Reds leave a pair. Giants are coming up.
Have a night, kid.
Wow.
Toyota, class-leading MPG and more hybrid models than any other brand. Toyota, let's go places.
J.D. Davis fouls this one off his foot. The Giants with a 3-0 lead, and boy, did Kyle Harrison get an ovation when he walked off the mound.
Well, he earned it. This one hurt J.D. Davis. And that's a long walk. And he doesn't normally even acknowledge getting hit by a pitch or fouling one off his leg or his foot, but this one got his attention. When that happens to a guy with a high threshold for pain, that scares me a little bit.
In tight, 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the 5th.
I saw with Matt Williams hit a foul ball off his foot, broke his foot. Bill Miller did it on opening day against the Reds in Cincinnati.
Yeah, one of them was his back foot.
I think it was Billy Miller.
I think it was. Swinging a tapper foul.
There's nobody warming up in the Giants' pen. Youngest Giant with 10 strikeouts since 2011 when Madison Bumgarner at the tender age of 22 years, 8 days did it.
Davis gets caught looking.
Take a look at the reaction to the pitch that ended it for Harrison in the 5th. And there's that ovation we're talking about. You got a lot of people up out of their seats.
Here's Bailey. Bailey had an RBI double in the 3rd. There are the strikeouts.
10 Ks, 8 swing and miss.
Two 2-0 to Bailey. 2-1. Bailey fouls it out of play. 2-2. Pitch right down the pipe. Got him. Well, join the Giants for their first ever drone show on Friday, September 8th. It's synchronized formations made up by hundreds of flying light up drones. Playlist selected by E40. sfgiants.com/drone show. Here's DeYoung. All of a sudden, Buck Farmer showing us some pretty good stuff.
Well, good slider, good changeup. Kind of sets up those pitches with his fastball. Farmer's had a good year.
Oh, and 2. And a high fastball, and that'll end the inning as Farmer strikes out the side. We'll head to the 6th. Harrison coming back out.
Pitching decisions presented by Sage. Kyle Harrison struck out the side at the top of the 1st inning. Got Marte a 6-pitch at bat. Then he gets Senzel looking. A 6-pitch at bat. Then he 1-2-3s Ellie De La Cruz. And he lit up his family and friends up in the suite. And he has got 10 strikeouts coming into the 6th inning. And
he had a late timeout call by Marte. And again, Harrison followed through with the pitch.
one thing that Gabe Kapler wanted Harrison to do tonight was to go deep in the game. His bullpen a little chewed up on. And Harrison has done exactly what he's wished him to do.
I think the step off or step out tipped him off a little bit.
Well, he definitely tried to add on that fastball on the 0-2 count.
Now I know it tipped him off.
9 swing and miss strikeouts, 11 strikeout total. you know, you could get strike zones some night where you're going to get a lot of strikeouts by way of the call. But when you have 11 strikeouts and you've got 9 swing and miss, that's great stuff.
Lifted out to right center field, and Meckler runs it down. Now, at this point in the game, that's better than a strikeout.
You bet. You can get a 1 or 2 pitch out, quick outs, anything under 3.
Here's De La Cruz, who struck out twice.
Changeup. So a lot of them, but I mean a lot. I'd say 6 or 7, but he only threw 2 in his first outing in Philadelphia.
Out in front of home plate, that's a fair ball, I think. Yes. Out.
Rough at bat.
Elliot Ramos will lead things off.
Tonight, come dress as your favorite character and rep your Hogwarts house pride. Each special event purchase includes a ticket to tomorrow's game against the Reds and a custom house-themed Giant Stein. Enjoy a magical night right here at Oracle Park. Go to sfgiants.com/special events.
New pitcher, former Giant. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and repair experts.
43rd time that Derek Law has come into a game for the Reds. 4-4 with a 2.66 ERA. 37 strikeouts, 24 walks in 44 innings. The fastball that can go mid to high 90s. He'll cut the ball, slider, curveball, changeup. He'll throw a lot of things at you from a high 3/4 delivery.
So it's Jock Peterson who will hit for Ramos. Jock gets to see some action. Fouls this one out of play. Outside, 1-2. Peterson with a line drive on a 1-2 pitch into right field. That was loud contact. Now time for a safety message brought to you by the California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
We'll use that one, dude.
Yes,
Come on.
yes.
So here's Casey Schmidt. And a bunt. And a Law's only play is at first, and he makes the play. Good bunt.
A successful sacrifice bunt. Giants playing for one more run here. What a night for that young man. 6 shutout innings, 11 strikeouts.
Yeah, he's not done yet, right?
No, the pitch count really, he didn't really do a lot to abuse it last inning. Dave Kapler said, it really isn't an issue, depending on how much stress he has in innings, and he really hasn't had much.
Matos with a swing and a miss.
He's had 4 1-2-3 innings in his 6 innings.
One and one to Matos, who's 0 for 2. Outside.
That was one of the questions we asked Cap today before the game about how are you going to use him. He went 65 pitches his first outing. He said, I don't really have a concern about it. The pitch count. We can push him. We can extend him. He's strong.
Foul back, 2-2.
And he looks forward to seeing Harrison take the ball every 5th day.
"79 pitches. And he got him with a high fastball. So here's Meckler.
Giants just now are starting to get Ryan Walker up and throwing.
Meckler with a swing, gonna miss. Meckler came up in the 4th as a pinch hitter and drew a walk. Peterson with his lead. And a strike. It's now 0-2. No swing, 1-2.
Good 0-2 breaking ball by Derek Law. He's got a high 3/4 release, and you get a lot of straight down bite with that curveball. It's always been one of his go-to strikeout pitches, especially against lefties.
Wrapped into right field, a base hit. Here comes Peterson. Meckler going for 2. Here's the throw, not in time. 4-0 Giants.
Well, they played for 1, and Meckler makes it good. Meckler had a little bit of a stutter step around in first base. I don't know if he had intentions of going. And then all of a sudden, as he rounded the bag, he sensed a bit of opportunity, and he took off. Fairchild's got an average arm and right. There's the stutter step we're talking, but once he kicked it into a gear, wasn't even close.
Here's Estrada. Estrada lines one. And coming in is Friedel to make the catch. Giants pick up a run. 7th inning coming up. By Toyota. Well, look, it can only be about one guy, and that's Kyle Harrison. He's got 11 strikeouts and is only allowed 2 hits, and he hasn't walked anybody. And here's Spencer Steer to lead things off. And he takes down low. Pitch-wise, we're at 80.
But what he's been so impressive with tonight, we were in awe of the fastball in his first outing in Philadelphia, but his slider and changeup have been so good.
Here's DeYoung.
I mean, he's had all his weapons working. And we really thought that with this being his first outing here at Oracle Park, in front of all his friends and family, and coming back and pitching in a ballpark he grew up coming to as a kid, he would have a lot of adrenaline. He has not shown it. He has been poised, he has been calm, and he has dealt.
Here's Encarnacion Strand. Encarnacion Strand hit one to the wall in left field that Ramos caught. Now it's Jock Peterson in left. Hooked. Fair down the left field line. Peterson will dig it out. And it'll be a double for Encarnacion Strand, bringing Friedel to the plate. Friedel had a base hit in the 5th. And he takes up and in.
This might be his last hitter. Luke Walker, or Ryan Walker, he's cranking it, getting ready.
So it's 2-0. 2 pitches in the same spot. Hammered to right, down the line, foul.
Ooh. That is a loud strike.
And that got there quick.
Take a look at Friedel getting the inside pitch, dropping the head on it.
This has been the no swing homestand.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen any quick triggers for the base umpires, corner base umpires. Can't hit that. That's a nasty 3-1 pitch.
He might throw the same pitch right here.
Well, if I'm Patrick Bailey, I think I'd call another one.
And he threw a high fastball that wasn't close. This kid's going to get a standing ovation, folks.
I know. I think you and I are going to be giving it as well.
Sid Kapler's going to let him enjoy this for a minute. Dad's going to cry.
That's a proud mom and pop right there.
Here he comes. This is a proud moment. Take it all in, kid.
Yeah, he's got to learn to tip his cap. But what a night for Kyle Harrison. He was spectacular. And there's no sugarcoating it. He was spectacular. Let's check out the. And here we are on the doorstep of September. And he did not start the season with the club. He came up.
Nick Martini is going to pinch hit. So Martini to hit with 2 Cincinnati runners aboard here in the 7th with 1 out. And the strike, and it's 0-1. Martini takes one wide. He comes in hitting .333. He's 5 for 15. And in those 15 at bat, he's got a couple of home runs. Walker wide again. It's 2-1. Swing.
Big sweeping slider from Ryan Walker. One thing, I mean, he's a 2-pitch guy, but both pitches can get ground balls. He can get double plays.
Well, he had a hanger there. Fouls it out of play.
think he's thinking the same thing.
Line drive, base hit. A late jump by Encarnacio Strand, and here's the throw home, and they got a shot. And he is out at the plate. J.R. House took a chance at third.
Boy, down 4-0. That's a big mistake if it doesn't work. And Luis Matos shows off a great arm. And he comes up thinking, I got a chance. A one-hop perfect strike. Bailey gets it plenty of time to put on the tag. And Kyle Harrison's loving it. And Ryan Walker says, yeah, I'll love it too.
Andrew Bailey is out. And do we have another pinch hitter?
Yeah, I think we do. Can't get a number.
So Will Benson will be the pinch hitter. Benson rolls it foul. Fastball high and away to even the count. Benson 272. He's got 8 home runs. 24 runs batted in.
He's a big fella, 6'5", 230, lots of power. Heads up.
Two outs, 2 on, 1 and 2 to Benson.
That's a former first-round pick by the Indians in 2016.
This pop-up is being chased by Schmidt, and it's out of play. One and 2. Got him.
Front door sinks. See you later.
So with the throw by Matos, the Reds fail to score. And here's Harrison's reaction. That's what I'm talking about. It's 4-0 Giants. So the new pitcher is Daniel Duarte. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. So right off the bat, we got a pitch com issue with Duarte.
See what Duarte's done this year. 21st appearance in 18 innings. He has struck out 16. He's walked 10. 26-year-old, 6 feet tall, 240-pounder. Out of Huatabampo, Mexico. And he's got a good, healthy fastball, mid to high 90s. He'll 2 and 4 seaman. Slider change up, and he'll cut it.
Just for folks keeping score at home, Martini stays in the game. He goes into left field, and Zenzel moves to right. Also, we got a new catcher, Stevenson. So the first pitch after pitch count is taken care of is to Wilmer Flores. Wilmer had a double in the first to knock in the first run of the game. Here he bounces this one to Mark Holberg. There's still a glow around the ballpark from yesterday.
Oh, that was so much fun. I mean, you and I were on the field, and it was glowing out there to see Mike Murphy in the middle of all his old players came back to say congratulations as he was put on the Giants Wall of Fame, and he was standing there. And Murph's a tall guy. He's 6'4", 6'5", and he just was so happy.
I've never seen somebody so comfortable in a chair on the field in my life. As Wilmer pops this one foul down the right field line.
He had his family with him. And it was a day that we'll all always remember, and Murph will certainly never forget.
I mean, in a lot of ways, you see Murph sitting in that chair, and you think, all right, what would be better to see Murph in that chair? Well, one with a cigar and maybe a beer.
Yeah.
And the other sitting in his underwear.
Yeah, well, his getaway day underwear.
It's 2-2 to Wilmer Flores. Full count.
Yeah, I mean, fond memories. I mean, Murph would get, he had to get the house all cleaned up and everybody packed up. Well, he'd shower because he knew he wouldn't have time to have a shower after that. So he didn't want to get his clean. Murph was a style master, too. He dressed beautifully.
He didn't want to pit out his new clothes.
He did not.
Sharply on the ground to third, where Marte has it.
So the resolve was just do it in underwear.
There he is. Looking good, too. There's Murph's family behind him. There's the chair. Uncle Will and Mr. Bonds, and of course Larry unveiling the Wall of Fame plaque.
Of all this group right here, the best group right there. Thank you. Thank you, group.
On the ground into right field, a base hit for J.D. Davis. As Davis reaches, that's his second single. There's the plaque, and that's Murph.
Well, and one thing, too, that Larry Baer pointed out in his speech was that the wall has players, 2 owners, and this is the first non-player, non-owner to go on the wall, and so deserving. A legend. And there were a lot of Giants legends out there on the field yesterday. And it was just so much fun to see everybody.
Catch every pitch with the fastest internet from Xfinity with a reliable connection. You can count on in the clutch even during peak hours. The next generation Xfinity 10G network. Bottom of the 7th, a 1-out single by J.D. Davis. Bailey out of play.
Got a man making a play. Not a problem.
Down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 and swing and a miss. 1-2. Bailey goes the other way, but it's in the park to Martini. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Paul DeJong, who had one important at bat in this game. And that's with J.D. Davis at third with 1 out. DeJong hit a sacrifice fly to right field. And Duarte with a strike.
Dodgers have reclaimed the lead. That's a good thing.
Yeah, Jason Hayward, 2-run home run. Swinging a foul that got Roberto Ortiz.
One thing the wild card has done, I mean, it has enabled Giants fans to root for Dodger teams. Like tonight.
Absolutely.
Dodgers are going to win the National League West. It's all about the wild card.
I mean, I'll never say I love the Dodgers, but I do like them right now.
Who are your semi-favorites?
Young out of play.
We root for the Cardinals tonight.
Hard for you to do.
Hard to do.
Hard for you to do.
Well, you come up with the Cubs organization. It's hard for me to do.
Absolutely.
But they failed in their quest tonight. The Padres won in St. Louis, 4-1.
They get DeJong swinging to end the inning. 8th inning coming up.
All right, time now for our Arco Top Tier, the most combined career saves by brothers. Todd and Tim Worrell, 327. Edwin and Alex Diaz, 249. Enrique and Vicente Romo at 104. Taylor and Tyler Rogers have hit the century mark.
And here is Tyler Rogers. And a strike when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up and repair experts.
Tyler Rogers, 57th time that he has come in. 2.60 ERA at 62 in the third. Giants had Tim Worrell. He was fun to watch pitch.
He was a good guy.
Good pitcher.
Yeah, the year after the World Series, 03, Rob Nem goes down. And they don't have a closer. But Tim Worrell ended up with over 40 saves.
Yeah, he was fantastic. I think of all the closers the Giants had, he and Rod Beck were the guys that could paint corners the best.
Absolutely. Got him. Hopkins is gone.
Well, the riser that you only get when you have a release that is down where Tyler Rogers throws the ball. And it's one the physicists cannot disprove. It actually rises.
Here's Marte. Marte lined out to center field in the third. Bounces this one to Estrada. Marte also the first strikeout victim for Kyle Harrison and the last. 2 outs. It was fun watching Estrada on that ground ball, how you play on the right side of the infield. You can navigate the type of hop that you want by either charging or backing up. Not really a great idea to do it on the left side of the infield.
No, you don't. Not with the speed of the game.
And he backed that up nicely into a good hop. There's a strike. There's a line drive, and it's off the glove of DeYoung. And Zenzel's going to reach. And that's going to bring up Elly De La Cruz.
Take a look at the rising fastball. Getting raked just off the tip of the glove of Paul DeYoung. Base hit all the way.
Up and in, 1-0. There's a base hit the other way. Oh, it's going to roll for a while. And they're going to wave in the back runner, the front runner. And it's going to be late. And now they got a shot at third. And he's in there at third.
Ball hit the gap of left center. I mean, that ball was hit hard, but it really scooted through. Take a look. Peterson just could not get over to get to it. It became Meckler's play.
Well, this gives you an idea how hard the hit was by De La Cruz. So 104 off the bat. Here's Steer. Steer takes low. The air charge to DeYoung, allowing De La Cruz to go to third. There's a strike. A 1-2.
Broke it down. And that'll make you call timeout and have a word with yourself.
Got him. With a little help, and that'll end the inning. Giants are coming up.
Right spot, hardest average throws among second baseman, third baseman, and shortstops in the major leagues. Well, Elly De La Cruz, who's at shortstop tonight, averages 96.7 miles per hour with that cannon of his. Casey Schmidt tied with Gabriel Arias for the Indians, or the Guardians rather, at 92.1, and Gunnar Henderson of the Orioles rounds out the top four.
Jock Peterson with a pinch hit single, and he scored in the sixth. It's 4-1 Giants. Peterson fouls it out of play.
There's Elly De La Cruz. Boy, did he make a splash when he first got called up. He's exciting.
1-2. High to Jock Peterson. Peterson, very high pop-up in the shallow left center field.
Yesterday on this relay, watch the throw from Elly De La Cruz, 99.7 miles per hour. And they hang out Corbin Carroll. Just give you an idea of the velocity that this guy could generate with his arm. It's just like nothing we've ever seen.
Yeah, I guess you would call that what, a plus arm.
Yeah, that's a 4+ arm.
Here's Schmidt. Schmidt got a hanger and he popped it out of play. A Willie Mays fan, many of them around here.
Well, Willie was missed yesterday, unable to attend, but he sent his wishes on to Mike Murphy.
Hey, dropped, and Encarnacion Strand to Duarte covering. Well, clear the shelters. NBC's Universal Locals annual nationwide pet adoption and donation campaign. Go to the website for more information. Here's Matos. Matos takes low. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts.
Well, Kyle Harrison jerseys are going to be flying off the countertops in the Giants dugout store. What a night he had. My goodness. 6 1/3 shutout innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts for Kyle Harrison as he made his Oracle Park debut. Second start in his young career.
It's 1-2.
And as a uniformer is going to be quite popular.
Got him, and that's the hat trick for Matos. Ninth inning coming up. One run, 6 hits for the Reds. For the Giants, 4 runs on 8 hits. As Camino Duvall comes in when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and repair experts.
The numbers for Camilo Duvall: 58th time he's come in, 5-4, 34 saves on the year with a 3.04 ERA. 77 strikeouts against 24 walks in 56 1/3. Duvall, 26 years of age, in his 3rd year at the big league level.
So it's Encarnacion Strand to things off.
Pride of College Park High School. Imagine that Encarnacion Strand has quite a pass list tonight.
Yeah, you'd think. There's the strike at the knee. On the ground sharply to DeYoung. 1 out. So here's TJ Friedel. Got a hit and a walk. And a strike. Out to right center field. 2 down. And that'll bring up Martini. So Nick Martini.
Giants had last Thursday off, and then Friday, Saturday, Duvall did not pitch. He got 3 days of rest on that arm. It really showed yesterday. Had a real clean ninth inning, dominant. Tonight, his arm looks live and fresh. It's amazing what 3 days rest can do to a guy's arm this time of year.
Back is Meckler, and that's the ball game. A 6-pitch save for Duvall, and the first Major League win, and we think one of many for Kyle Harrison.
Well, it was all about Kyle Harrison tonight, and he did something tonight that you just don't often see. And his debut in his home ballpark, Oracle Park, the ballpark that he grew up as a kid going to, the ballpark he had all those dreams as a youngster to someday come out there and pitch on the mound. Well, he did tonight. Boy, did he take advantage of it. 11 strikeouts in 6 1/3 shutout innings. He was spectacular.
Giants took advantage of 8 hits in this game, and they win by a final of 4-1. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for Toyota Giants postgame live, and that's going to start right now.